here orzo is an ancient Greek term for 26, which happens to be this week's episode, 26, with Anela Ling.
Anela Ling, she returns. Yes. We're calling this one a hostful because we'd like to have Anela on as much as she can, as much time as you're willing to donate.
They want me to host, but I refuse. That's pretty much what it means.
No. She's really funny. She's really talented. She's an artist of all kinds of media, from film to dance to
literally a painting.
Oils. Yes. Yeah. And we get into some deep stuff too. You know, spiritual beliefs.
Ghosts.
It's a
ghost.
Tune in.
Tune in. I love it. That's a lot coming from her because she loves to self-deprecate. So actually hearing you say that. Anela Ling and her film Mo'o.
Mo'o! We got an exclamation point.
Yeah, you gotta scream it.
Point.
You gotta scream it. You signed up for this. Anela.
I did.
This is your fault.
I didn't know what was coming, but I should have known.
And we had fun.
And we had fun.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. We did not talk about the Oscars once.
No.
So you're
At my
welcome.
request.
You're welcome. At Anela's request.
Because I would only say the nice things. Probably.
That's okay. So here we go. Well, be sure to like us on Instagram at Cutting It Close Pod. Yeah, it is at Cutting It Close
Cutting It Close Pod.
Yeah. Instagram and Facebook. Please follow us on Facebook so you can catch our live streams when they happen.
Don't want to miss the juice.
No one miss the juice. That's
this
right.
This is a good one.
I have a really bad, awful joke. I'll tell you when we cut.
Let's hear it.
No!
Let's
I'm
hear
not
it.
ready to reveal that side of me yet.
Just cut it out.
You know, the
Fine.
brain named itself.
Oh!
Cut this whole part. Cut this whole end part, please.
So let's get into episode 26, Cutting It Close with Cliff and Kelsie.
Woo!
With Anela Ling.
Hey.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Live! Hey everybody! Welcome to the live stream.
Drum roll, please.
This thing gonna refresh or what? Okay, so we're late, obviously. Sorry. It's mostly my fault, doing family stuff, apartment hunting, and that's just nerve-wracking.
It's totally loud.
So we're late, so then we're hooking up to the iPad, and then it had to update the firmware, and it took like 5 tries for that to successfully update. Then we realized we want our audience, we want to expand our audience, and so,
My guest request. At my request.
It's true. It's a good thing. We're also streaming it to Kelsey's Facebook profile as we're building our audience, because lots of people watch hers and no one watches mine, and we don't have very many likes on the page yet. We don't have very many likes on the page yet, so please, if you like what you're seeing, like the page, Cutting It Close, at Cutting It Close Pod, on the top, Cutting It Close with Cliff and Kelsie. So if you dig it, like that shit. Also on Instagram, and so you can see this thing here. So we don't have to rely on personal things. We're trying to, become our own thing and whatever. So yeah.
And look who it is.
It's Anela.
I'm back, baby.
Yes.
Like I'm such a special guest. That
You
nobody
are.
It's funny because you were just on like a month and a half ago or something.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I feel like it was different back then when it was just a voice only podcast.
Yeah, with crappier microphones.
The video. I feel like your equipment has significantly
I've invested some more money in it. Yeah.
since I last was there. The venue has improved.
Yeah.
So it's really coming up.
Yeah, last time we were barreled away in
Got a
UH.
second host
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now we are moving on up. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
look, there's me. Wait, I don't want to see that.
Oh, we have one viewer. Hey, viewer.
It's probably
Thanks.
Sawyer. Shout out Sawyer.
Oh, Lordy.
So
Lordy.
now you went to UH today. Why?
No important reason. I don't know why you're asking. I just I wanted to go to the bookstore and buy some supplies. That's honestly
That's
it.
my segue into getting you to talk about art. Nell's a really talented artist.
Oh, yeah, the stuff you
Besides
sent
just being
me.
a filmmaker,
Uh-huh.
yeah, she does paintings, oil paintings, sketch, charcoal.
It's like something I just grew up doing, and I do it for fun, and it's like a hobby of mine. But like I guess if I wasn't doing film, I'd be doing art.
Yeah.
Like I
Right.
think not that it's important or anything.
Nothing's important. So everything is.
All in space.
No, yeah, but while I was still taking film at UH, I was taking a crap ton of art classes, which I swear are 10 times harder than film classes, just because it's all individual and it's all, it's just work. Like, you just have to come in and do it. Like, I'd come in on the weekends and, like, work on my project for, like, 11 hours. And it's the only way I'll get something good. Like, you can't half-ass art. I guess you can't half-ass film. But it's like, even if you work really hard on film, it could still be crap. So,
Yeah.
I guess art too.
Doesn't that happen?
I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Well, it really shocked me. You're walking me through how you do your oil painting. So you do a layer, and then you have to wait like 2 days before you do the next layer. So it takes like a month to complete a painting.
Holy
Well,
cow.
Right?
I mean, I'm not a pro. I honestly don't remember. It's been like years since I even took a class, but
But you just finished an oil painting.
you do wait between layers
Yeah.
because and even when you finish, even though you have like 9 layers or whatever, it'll take like a really long time for it to dry, like months. Like some oil paintings take like years to dry. Like that's how crazy it gets. But like with my really small stuff, it should dry.
Do you do oil or acrylic?
I do oil. I actually
Nice.
suck at other paints. Yeah.
Okay.
And even though oil's like the hardest one, I think the hardest one.
Yeah.
It's like the only one I've ever learned.
What's the difference? Why?
So you're like super talented or a masochist? Which I feel like all artists
I'm
are.
a total masochist. It's like I enjoy suffering. Like art class was probably I got like physically sick. Well, I took this 3D art class and we had to make a chair. Oh my! Just thinking about it is making me like. It was so hard. Like going to the wood shop every day, like not knowing what you're doing, and like planning it and like doing it and like waiting. And I had to come in every day. And one day I got like super sick. I was like laying in my car, and I was like, holy shit! I'm like burning up. I was like feverish, and I had like the chills. And I went to class and like. It was before my art class because I was just going in because it was due like literally the next day, and I was like burning up. I was like so hot. I was like hot through my clothes, and all my classmates from ACM were like being super nice to me, and they've never been that nice before. And they bought me water and food. Anyway, I'm going off topic, but I had to go. I went after the wood shop. Oh God,
Wow.
I can hear myself.
It sounds good.
Oh gee, I can still hear myself.
It's not in your head.
I don't hear it.
It's a delay.
Hear my voice.
You were talking about your chair.
Oh yeah, so I went to the wood shop and I'm literally sitting and I'm just like, I can't do it. I was like, I would walk into the wood shop and like want to pass out, and it was due the next day, and I like cried, and then
At what stage in production are you on this chair? Like, is it all in pieces? Is it sanded?
It's
Is it
literally
screwed together?
all in pieces.
Oh my God.
I still have to like put it together and
Yeah.
stand it up and
This is one of those chairs
everything.
that's like an artsy chair.
Oh,
I've seen
yeah.
it before, so
It's not
like
a normal
2
chair.
humps. It's like a hump and then a hump or something.
Oh.
And then there's,
Close
like
enough.
weird slates everywhere. Yeah.
It wasn't a
it's not
normal.
just your
It
normal
wasn't a
chair.
normal chair, that's for sure.
Lovely artist
Yeah.
lumps.
Yeah.
So long story short, you finished the chair. You got an A+.
Oh, long story short, I skipped school the next day. Oh no, wait.
It doesn't matter now.
I skipped work. Sorry, I
Uh.
skipped work. I spent the night like having the chills and like I guess I
man.
sweated it out. But then I came in the morning and I put my chair together. It wasn't finished. I couldn't sit in it, but I finished it. My teacher loved it. Anyway,
Nice.
my point was, art's the worst. That's all I was going.
Yeah.
Well, I really wanted to know why you choose oil over acrylic. Like, is it because you're a masochist, or is it because acrylic just isn't the right?
Well, back in high school, I painted with acrylics. They're fine. I
doesn't
just
give you
Look, no, I just like the thing I like about oils is you could be like really bad at painting, and just like the way oils looks and like works and blends together, I feel like it looks nice no matter what.
Could you bend your microphone towards you? Just angle it down a bit. There you go. Thank you.
Testing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and it's
So
just
it's like how filmmakers choose a certain lens just for like their look kind of thing.
sure.
We can make
Why
that
not?
connection.
No, but no, it's just I think it's more fun. It's a lot more expensive and it's a lot harder. But I think there's a lot more stuff like all your mediums and all this other crap I don't understand. It's a lot more complicated, that's for sure. But I feel like the final product is so much more like classic.
Yeah.
Acrylics are just I can't do it. Watercolor, I don't know. Tempera, no. I don't know.
You were going through a watercolor stage a couple months ago,
I
which I
was.
really liked.
Yeah, I'm kind of over it just because watercolor is you can't really like fuck around with it too much. Like you put it down and like there it is, and because it's all transparent. But
Whereas with oil, you can like erase things in a second, just layers and
I can
layers.
go over it like 50 times,
Yeah.
change it every single time. So
Yeah.
like I feel like I work better that way. I'm not very careful. Yeah.
Or you change your mind a lot.
Or it just sucks, and I just try to fix it,
Yeah.
and then I ruin it, and then I just fix it again, and I just this cycle.
Yeah.
Of just ruining it, fixing it.
Yeah.
It's never ending. Yeah.
Right on.
Well, I really liked your charcoal stage.
Oh.
Yeah. She took me to an art show of hers, and
kidding.
I wasn't
that,
even there.
that photo that I sent you of the woman lying down with the dreadlocks, that was one that they had on display, and it's this huge, like 3 foot by 2 foot.
It was a big one.
It's a big one, yeah. And it's just
Yeah, I don't
beautiful.
work
All
that
the
big
shading is
anymore.
on there. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was from a life drawing class.
Life drawing?
So
Yeah.
the woman was
Oh
actually
yeah,
in
we had
class.
nude models every week.
Oh, wow.
That was the best.
Well, so did you minor in art or something?
No,
Just a lot of classes.
I just
yeah.
took a lot of art classes. Like I
Wow.
took an art class every semester. And
At UH?
yeah,
Wow. During ACM, not part of your curriculum or
Just-
nothing?
just extra load.
because I love just to suffer. I don't know. That's honestly
Right
that's,
on. That's
I
awesome.
think, yeah.
I tried minoring in art. When
how'd that go?
Well, this was like in 99, 2000. Yeah. I did not finish the minor. I took a couple art classes that semester, and I just figured out I wasn't meant for that. I enjoyed it though. Like it was the first time I tried charcoal and other mediums and stuff.
Yeah.
And, I did have a phase about 10 years ago where I bought a bunch of canvases and acrylic paint and took a stab at that.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
I enjoyed it. It was very different because I am adept at like just like doodling and what's the term? Complicated doodling. But that was my first time using paints, and it
It's
was
a whole different thing.
totally different. Yeah, but I enjoyed it.
You should
And
get back into it, Cliff.
I want to. There's a lot I want to get back into. There's a lot I want to do. But that's
Yeah.
one thing I've been struggling with lately is figuring out what to focus in on. Because I want to do a ton of stuff. I want to do it all. I want to write books. I want to make movies. I want to make YouTube videos. I want to sell T-shirts. I want to whatever. And I'm just lately just been like, wah!
Yeah.
Stretching myself thin.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of getting back to my roots. Had a really good phone conversation this morning with my adoptive mother back in North Carolina, helping me kind of. And it's a theme I've been noticing lately in life because I'm like always looking for answers, and direction and stuff, and just this theme of zeroing in, focusing in on one main thing, and get really good at that, and then other tertiary things can happen.
I think you'll know what that thing is you want to do if you keep going back to it. No matter how far away I got from, I guess, doing art.
Yeah.
Like, even while doing film, I had to take a class.
Yeah.
So I think whatever thing you just can't get away from, like that's what you want to do.
Right on.
I don't know.
No, that lines up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is one thing we keep coming back to.
Yeah.
It helps that I've got you on board now and
Been
have
loving
that
it.
accountability, and I'm not just doing it for myself
Yeah, no,
now.
it's nice to have a partner, have someone to rely on.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
It takes two, for sure.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's going on with you, Kelsie? What's happening?
Same old over here.
Yeah. What's that?
Getting really excited because my friend's film is in casting right now.
Oh yeah. Which one is that? Which film is that?
That's Mo'o, written and
Mo'o.
directed by Anela Ling.
Anela? This Anela?
I'm working on my segues, guys. I'm so sorry.
I'm just talking.
Last weekend they did their first day of
Yes.
casting.
Awesome.
I actually don't want to talk about it. It's definitely a work in progress. It's just been me and Jonah from Malka.
Yeah.
To Makai. He's my producer. And
Nice.
yeah, we're just in the middle of. I think we're actually gonna have a second call for a couple more characters.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Not the main characters, but like the side characters as well as extras. So
Come on down.
there.
Hey.
Please.
Yeah. We'll be sure to
Yeah. So just
put some links in the.
Yeah. So I'm in the middle of working on my film.
So Mo'o, M-O''O exclamation point.
Not apostrophe. Okina.
Okina,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Mhm.
Excuse me. Thank you, Cliff. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
I just really like the title. That's all.
Yeah,
With an exclamation point. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Yeah.
I had like this fake title on with an exclamation point there, and like
Yeah.
I read the new title, and then I didn't delete the exclamation point, and I was like, hey, I like that. That's why it's there. No
Fun.
special reason.
How that works out.
Yeah, but
And doesn't mo'o mean, so it means lizard, but it also connects to like legend in Hawaiian?
well, mo'olelo is. I don't speak Hawaiian, so I don't want to say anything, but mo'olelo means like, legend stories, that kind of thing. So that's like where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just like, I didn't want to do that. It felt too Hawaiian.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be about lizard.
And you already had lizard in the story.
One of my
so it's
original titles was
The Lizard
literally
King.
had lizard in it. So
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it used to be when I was on the podcast last. It was called. I don't even want to say it out loud.
It's my favorite title ever.
embarrassed.
It's my
I don't
favorite
wanna say it out
title.
Somehow.
Dakine Ghost Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
my favorite.
I had to change it because it just didn't fit, and I was too embarrassed to say it out loud.
It gave
obviously.
off the wrong tone for what the film was.
Yeah.
If the film was more of like a cliche comedy kind of thing.
When it was more of just a funny story.
Yeah.
That's what the title was.
Yeah.
Because I've wondered, like, seeing the promotional stuff on Facebook for it. Yeah, it seemed.
stuff.
I thought, well, the casting call.
Yeah.
Because I remembered from the November podcast, it felt more like a conventional comedy, but
Yeah.
from the casting call, I'm getting the sense that it's not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's definitely. I guess I started to embrace the more serious side of it because I would always talk about it like it's like super lighthearted, but everyone who talked about it was like, oh, it's so sad or
Oh.
whatever. Yeah. And like the way it is written now, because I've gone through like several drafts since I
Sure.
last talked to you,
Yeah.
it's a lot more emotional.
Okay.
Yeah, which is kind of what I was trying to avoid when I first wrote it, obviously, just for the sake of theme. But I guess for the sake of the story, I think it could benefit from being more emotional.
Yeah.
Is that coming? Like, are you getting the coaching from the Ohina folks? Or not coach? I don't know if that's the right word.
So I got the judges award, and so so I'm not the greenlit. The greenlit winner
Oh, okay.
gets Ohina like full support.
Okay.
I'm more of if I needed help, I can just be like, hey,
Just
Yeah.
slide
But
into your
Dana
DMs.
has offered you help with your script. She's offered
So
notes.
Dana Lido, the showrunner from
Narcos.
Narcos, yes. I was thinking she showrunner another film or show. I was trying to remember, but anyway, yeah, she helped me, but she's bowed out officially.
Okay.
Oh.
Because I'm done writing the script.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she was there for script mentorship, and she was great. Like we talked on the phone a couple times, and it's just crazy. She's worked very closely with a lot of big names, and she came from ACM. Like she literally, she went to
Yeah.
do
Wow.
the same
So cool.
program
That's
with the
awesome.
same teachers, and it's just like, oh my gosh. I did that.
Yeah. So in a few years, you'll be writing for, the series.
Who knows?
Maybe go with that Decline Ghostbusters idea.
Yes, Decline Ghostbusters, yeah.
What do you see as your ideal? Do you see yourself being a showrunner, like in a perfect world?
Fuck, I don't know. I guess I'd love to direct. We'll see how this one
Feature
goes.
films?
I love, if I had to say what I would, obviously the pipe dream is to write and direct.
Dramas? Anything?
Not anything that isn't crap, I guess.
That's a good policy.
Well, you're writing it, so.
So it's gonna be crap.
No, it's not gonna be crap.
No, yeah, I guess that's like the pipe dream.
Yeah.
To direct.
Mhm.
And if I end up not doing that, I'd love to keep working on sets.
Yeah.
Just like, I really enjoy working on indie sets with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to be paid eventually. I don't think it's happened yet. But, one of these days.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that's where the blood flows, right?
That's the only trade-off, I think, is like I'm doing it and I really enjoy it and I'm with all the
Yeah.
people I care about. I'm just not being paid. So I'm unemployed right now. Just so everybody knows. But I mean, I've been using that time for a lot of other things. Like,
Oh my God, you're so busy.
like working on my film and
Painting. And
working on my
we went to
hobbies.
ballet class last night.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
really great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Great.
Film major, multiple art classes, and ballet classes throughout her whole college career. Et cetera,
She's making me
et cetera,
sound
et
like
cetera.
really busy or whatever. But
You were always busy.
watch
Renaissance.
movies.
Lady, I think my phone should not have. Sorry. Yeah, let's turn that off. Okay. It was not an earthquake. It was just my freaking phone vibrating. It probably sounded like. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the story about Mo'o, or would you rather not?
Talk about it.
I think we talked a little bit about how it's connected to death last time, but we didn't get too far into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the sake of, I was still writing a script.
Well,
Yeah.
Going off the Decline Ghostbusters, like, do you think like a series, like, oh, my thoughts are like, I had
I
caffeine.
know exactly where you're going.
To kind Ghostbusters.
When I first,
Ghostbusters, like, going after Hawaiian myths.
So when I first wrote it, and it was like a comedy. It was completely different. It was like a group of like 7 kids instead of just the 2, and they literally like montage-y moments of them going around to different areas, like they just did it for fun because and it was just like funny and like, but also kind of scary. Like so, when I was writing it, I was like, this could totally be like a multi-part thing if I want it to be. But no. It's not going to become that.
Well, for a short film, you really need to like hone in on the central characters, and then you can broaden that.
I can barely write one singular thing. I can't imagine doing like a series with the same people, the same things.
I can.
Yeah.
If you just sign
Yeah.
right here, I'll take over.
I'd love to see you take it on. I'd love to see it.
I'd love to see you do Return to Life. If you guys just swap for a second, that'd be so amazing. Yeah.
It'd be. I don't think if I could.
That was actually an idea that got brought up. I don't know if you were even a part of the conversation, but it was like different people take Return to Life and make it their own. So like Alex Bocchieri direct an episode, Anela Ling direct an episode, Sorchester Pinto direct an episode. I think it'd be really great.
Someone's calling you? Should I just decline?
Yeah.
Okay. I like the color ID. I won't say it. Because I don't know what you want revealed about
Okay,
your
yeah,
caller
maybe
ID or
not.
But it was personalized. I like it.
Oh, was it?
Anyway, like when I was, even before shooting, I think, or sometime during the semester of the 399, I was like thinking ahead and actively asking. I asked Rena and Shanika, like,
What did they say?
they said sure. I asked, like, if this gets off the ground, would you want to direct episodes? Aww. And they're like, yeah. And now I'm like right here without a can to kick.
I'm waiting for the second episode.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a crisis. A crisis? I don't know. That's overstating it a bit. Just something I've been dealing with also, because it hasn't been getting the reception I hoped it would.
Yeah.
And I've had to kind of be honest with myself about it. in that where areas it could improve, but also trying not to be too hard on myself because it was the first time something of that scale.
I don't think you can expect your first time to be the be all end all.
Yeah, I keep going back to the Matrix. No one makes the first jump, you know, and so I have to write. You know, I gotta just literally write the crap out of it. You know, and,
Wow.
develop it and all that shit. In the meantime, make some money, pay the bills. This apartment I'm freaking out about, and But I love the idea of collaborating. That's another thing too. As I've always been a lone wolf, and because I've always been, I don't know, embarrassed to ask for help or just.
That's a thing.
I understand. Yeah. I can't imagine collaborating though. I feel like collaborating is very difficult, especially people have just such different ideas, and they're always gonna like their ideas over their other ideas or not be able to agree on anything. I personally feel like I couldn't collaborate because I mean I can collaborate in a lot of ways, but to just go like fully just halves on something and I feel like it'd be really difficult. But to like exchange IPs like that, I think it'd be really fun. Yeah.
Okay. Right on. Yeah, I thought the same thing, but over time I've seen, you know, I guess I've seen it in practice in different things, and then reading a book in the last few months. What was it? The not the Russo brothers, the Duplass brothers. Do you know them?
I know them.
Mark and Jay Duplass, filmmakers. Love talking about them because their story is so inspirational. But they grew up filmmakers making it on their own, doing it their own way, basically, and they talk about in their book the difficulties of collaborating with the exact same things you just brought up, but then also ways that they've learned to deal with it. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure it's possible. It's just I think it takes the right kind of people. And like being willing and open.
Right, turning it over and letting it go.
And being like, you know, taking their work and seeing what they said and really considering it instead of being like.
Well, just in the execution of Return to Life, that was a difficulty for me. Like on set, like, oh, we can't do that, and I was like, oh, okay, well then. And then one time I released one of the actors hours before we needed her again, and I was like, oh shit! But it ended up being one of the best scenes of the film. So, yeah.
What couldn't you do?
Well, the scene with the destroyers, we wanted to use a crane or a jib, and we just couldn't get it to work. And by the time we could get it to work, the sun was already lower, and when we adjusted for that, it was even lower. We're like, screw it, we're going handheld, and so we did handheld. But then it broke the 180 rule, so in post, I had to like reverse image the whole damn
that
thing.
180 rule.
It was pretty gross. So
Can I have a link, by the way?
Of course.
Asking publicly. I'd love to watch it again.
Yeah.
Asking you now so you don't
Yeah,
say
you can't
no.
say no.
Yeah. No, actually, I really don't know if I'll have time to do it in enough time, but I want to recut it. Like, I want to go back to the drawing board and just like throw everything
Anela's
out.
a really good editor, by the way.
Not
She
true.
recut Kelly Calais. She trimmed down like 5 minutes off of it. No, I think you have a really good eye for that.
But
You do.
I think going back and editing, especially now after you haven't touched it in so long,
Yeah.
you might be able, with all the feedback I'm sure you've gotten too. Yeah, I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I love
With Kelly
editing.
Calais, yeah, you trimmed down so much and you made it so much faster and like it just gets to the point.
Still didn't get into the.
Still
Tiff.
didn't get in. Still didn't get in. That's because we were competing against Return to Life. So,
No, you weren't.
yeah. This past
Everyone else's that was there that year were very talented.
Oh, they were amazing. Yeah. Yeah. My year had passed.
I've never had anyone edit my well, actually, no. Last semester, the fall of 2018. Yeah. George's editing class. He asked for footage from RTL.
My friend was in that class and he talked about your film.
Oh, no kidding.
Having
so
to edit
awesome.
it.
What did he say?
I don't remember.
Okay. Thanks. I am fragile. But, you know, that was the first time I've had anyone edit, like, my stuff before, other than myself. And it was cool. And that was one of the things that really pushed me to wanting to recut it, was seeing the choices they made in that scene. I was like, why didn't I think of that? Oh, because I was in a rush. You know? Yeah. But yeah,
and
that's what
also
I-
like have someone else in the room too. You're bouncing ideas off each other because you can get really like. For me, I was just so centered in on what I saw originally when I was writing the script.
Sure.
So that's what I wanted to see in the edit. But having someone else there, Diamond,
You
you.
see something totally different.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, that does work a lot better. That's funnier. You know?
That's the crazy part because you see the exact way.
Yeah,
how you want
when
it.
I wrote it years ago.
I kind of
or
felt
a year
that way
ago.
like during casting when the kids would interpret my script,
Yeah.
and it's just like a million miles that way or a million miles that way, and and I'm like, wow, it's just
Yeah.
really different. It's just really interesting, and everyone
Yeah.
interprets it differently.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see it again.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'll get you that link because I don't think it's going anywhere in terms of festivals. It had that one. Still can't do it publicly because of SAG rules, but
course.
yeah, I'll get that to you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Remind me.
I will. I won't forget.
Okay, because I
There's
might.
a lot of films I really want to see.
Okay. Oh yeah, what I was saying is, and maybe you can do this too if you want to. The Made in Hawaii Film Festival just opened submissions this past Friday.
Oh, hey.
And they're open until March 15th or something like that. And so, anything that was shot in Hawaii.
Helikalea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I want to recut RTL. If nothing else, like at least shave it down or something. So yeah.
Where do they do that? The showcase?
Big Island. Hilo, I believe.
Can you get? if you can
Oh,
fly
I
in?
think Surrender Call won that one. No?
I don't know.
No? Oh gosh, I think it did.
Because I first heard of them late last year, I think, after the festival had already happened. And that, like, I don't know if I caught wind of them because of RTL or if they caught wind of RTL through hashtags, but somehow we caught wind of each other. And I was like, I'll let her next year. They're like, great. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. But again, I don't know if I'll be able to get it done in enough time because I got a lot going on
You have so
between now
much
and
going
then.
on, yeah.
So.
Dealing with a move too, so you're planning on moving in 2 months?
Oh, yeah.
Or you don't know, it's kind of open?
90% sure we're going to get this place. Because I feel like my red flags are just like super sensitive because I'm anxious like that.
Yeah.
So we'll be moving in like the next 2-3 weeks.
Damn.
Moving in by March 1st.
Yeah, you're gonna have no time.
Yeah.
Yeah. In addition to like some freelance stuff I'm finishing up. And then starting up at the end of the month. And then finishing up by end of March. So.
Plus, you have a full-time job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, it's crazy.
Thankfully, they are. It's a very nice job, and there's some flexibility with the schedule, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can actually do some work from home.
Oh,
Which is
nice. Nice, really nice. Yeah.
So.
His wife's pregnant.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. So much going on at home.
That's
Yeah.
too much. I can't even do anything.
That's too much. I was just
And
gonna
have
say, like,
nothing
are you
going on.
enjoying your free time?
I have literally nothing going on, and I feel
Literally.
swamped.
Yeah, it all depends on where you are in the world, you know.
Mhm.
It's all relative. So what's the next step then after casting?
Well,
You just focus on casting.
well,
for the
casting's a
time
big
being.
focus right now, but me and Joan we're still working on like pre-pro stuff, like budget and reaching out to crew and scheduling. I think a big one is we're gonna start fundraising soon. So
Oh, that's exciting.
working on
Yeah.
the Indiegogo.
Yeah.
So that's a
Yeah.
that's a whole
That's
thing.
when like the total promotional period
I know.
starts, and it's not going to end.
So like, we don't
for,
have
like,
nothing to
forever.
really promote right now.
Yeah.
But once we
Well, the casting flyer looked really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, was that
you? So we had like this graphic or sort of thing, a
Yeah.
casting flyer, but it wasn't where I wanted to be just
Right.
yet, and I had to like put up that casting flyer like that day. 'Cause
Yeah.
They announced it, and like I didn't know it was gonna go up that soon, and
Yeah.
so I didn't have much to prep, but. That casting flyer, as simple as it looked, that took me like 4 hours. Like, just like trying to
I
like,
hate graphic design.
space it
So
out.
hard.
And,
Yeah.
and it's just the program I used for like drawing and stuff. I probably could have done it like a way easier way, but I decided to do it the most complicated fucking way.
Illustrator?
In the history of time. No, it's not this thing called Clip Studio. And so it's like I couldn't upload a PDF, and I didn't have like a JPEG version of the file, and I couldn't paste the text. It was just a mess. I screenshotted it,
Oh my god.
and then I like made it big.
It's so backwards.
And it's like super shitty quality, but I like And then I had to make it so that it was just the words and transparent background, and so I could make the background a color. And then I just kind of
little pencil drawings.
I just kind of doodled those
Nice.
in with my tablet. So
Nice.
I don't know. I thought it lent itself to the like a children. There's a kind of like a childish thing to it, but like but also like like scribbles.
Yeah.
I'm not making any sense, but it makes sense when you know the story, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I
It turned out
didn't
well.
want to put a lizard on it. I feel like that's
I feel like
they
the lizard
would do it,
Right,
They
yeah.
would put a lizard on it. I don't
Well,
want
and the lizard is going to come out over this next year of like promotions, so you don't need it
It's not
everywhere.
even an important part of the story. No, it's, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I just wanted to capture like the vibe.
Yeah.
So so we had casting. We only had like a week to get it together, so it was a little quick. So we definitely want to spend a little more time for the next round. For the other people.
Yeah, super important to get who you want. But you have a tablet? You do
A what?
a tablet?
Oh, yeah, a drawing tablet.
I didn't know that you had one of those.
Yeah, I got it in like high school.
But it's not like an iPad Pro. It's like.
It's literally just a tablet. It's like a.
But is it a screen or is it like?
No,
you're
the
drawing
screen
on
ones
black.
are like $2,000.
Right. That's
This
what I
one
was
was like
asking.
$90.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's just like a pen, and then you like look at the screen. And,
Yeah, I think I've seen those. Cool. Yeah. I think you would do well. The iPad Pro has been catching my eye lately.
I see
It's so
everyone
cool.
paint on it, and they use
Yeah.
like this app called Procreate or something.
Yeah.
And the stuff that they make on there is
It's
freaking amazing.
beautiful. Yeah.
I can't do digital.
My friend like busts out animations in like 30 seconds.
Insane, yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm totally not a digital person though.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried doing digital art before, and it's just I can't concentrate long enough compared to
it
like
takes so long.
doing art. I'll sit there for like 8 hours or something.
Yeah.
But with the computer, I'll do it for like an hour. I'm like, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
It lacks that tactile feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't see what you're doing. I mean, unless you have the really expensive tablet. But yeah.
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 Well, I'm glad that you set up your easel. So you just like redid your room, and now you have your
Right.
easel up, and now your paints are all accessible, and you're able to do it a little more.
Yeah,
More frequently.
It was just something I've been wanting to do for the past like 2 years.
Yeah.
I just haven't had the energy or willingness to do it. It's just a lot of work.
Well, it's weird to like graduate college and then have to go out and do it yourself, kind of thing, because you were able to like attend classes and all of your stuff is there already. And
Yeah, and like you're forced to do it. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like
Yeah.
I took a art class for fun at the not Bishop Museum, the art museum, and it made me go in every week and do art. So
Yeah.
like I feel like I need to be forced to. So I'm trying to force myself now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's weird. It's like it takes internal motivation to start something, but you need external forces to kind of help keep you going.
Yeah.
it's something I really want to do, and even that's not enough to get me to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how that is.
But you always find yourself still doing it though. After.
If for a little bit.
Yeah.
Before I get over it.
Well, there's so many different mediums though in that. So if you get tired of the oils, then you just jump to sketches. Do you
Yes.
see that
So
happening?
yeah, so it was my friend's. No, it wasn't for her birthday. It was supposed to be their Christmas present, but I just never got to it. And I used gouache. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's like the opaque version of watercolor.
Oh.
So yeah, no, it's fun to switch and do ink, pencil.
But in that way, it's always something. It's something that's always there
Oh, it's
for
always,
you.
yeah, it's always.
No matter what mood, no matter what time of year.
Yeah, if I feel like doing it, I'll do it. If
Yeah.
I have a reason to do it, I'll do it. Yeah, it's like a hobby. Like the way
It's that kind of thing. What you call a hobby.
yeah, those things that people do for fun
Yeah.
sometimes.
So that was a very dramatic. It's a hobby. Kelsie was like, "Whoa." Yes, ma'am.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know what hobbies are.
Yeah, I don't think.
Ah, what the f? Oh. I think it's not getting all the way in down here.
I saw myself. Let me fix my hair.
There we go.
Yeah, check who called me.
Bitch.
Wait, we don't have time for that. I'm coming right back.
Let me just respond to my text. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, it was UH wants money. That called.
Oh my god,
That's
that's,
so
funny.
funny.
You should have said that.
Oh.
That's hilarious.
I didn't.
Oh,
I know
my
exactly
god.
who those people. They call me all the time.
They call me all the time.
Was it Alumni Association?
Yes.
That's why I didn't graduate.
Oh,
If you literally,
OMG.
if you literally say, "I have no money, I'm broke, I don't want to do this, they'll be like, well, what about $20?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Guys, I'm so humiliated. I donated, and now they like
Wow.
still won't.
That's
I know
what
this
you
guy
baited
got
them,
me.
dude.
I did. No, I don't know. This guy was just sweet talking me. He sounded like a really cute local Hawaiian guy.
They're
He
never
like,
going to stop calling you.
they're never gonna stop now.
Yeah.
Aloha, Miss Green. How are you doing today?
Okay, make sure we're not.
UH wants money. That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Well, okay, so it is on the audio, just not on the stream.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you could definitely add that in there.
Oh, so is
Okay,
it
we're coming back.
it's
Yeah, the plug
it's the
down
same
there.
it's the same video.
No, it'll be a new video, a new stream, but it's the same thing. And we're back. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. Having problems with the plug downstairs. Got it shoved in. Now the Mevo is plugged in, powered. We should be good to go. So what are we talking about?
I don't know. What were we talking about?
Well, okay, so the streamers didn't see that, and but the backup audio we did continue to talk.
Wait, but no one heard that, right?
Say what?
No one heard the audio?
No one
Not
live?
right now. Yeah, not live.
Oh, okay, good.
But on the produced version that's released in a
Right,
few
right.
weeks, it will be.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, is that okay?
I ran out of
All right. So
Nothing's
anyway.
off limits in this conversation.
Not really.
No.
It's not.
So yeah, no, thanks for introducing me to ballet. I've been really enjoying it.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm so
I had my second class
glad.
yesterday, and it's funny when you started talking about how like you took those art classes so that something made you do it. I did that first ballet class and I was so stoked on it. Then I looked up some YouTube videos and started doing it at home. I'm like, why am I paying this money to go to this class when I could just do it at home? But then a couple days go by and then you just don't do it.
You
It's not
won't
as
wanna
fun.
do it.
You're not gonna want to
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
And
And I want to be in the studio with you amongst like, real people.
And there's so much you
and-
can't learn on your own.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love going to the class. Like, I could never do that.
Just that like
I don't have a
communing with
studio.
other people
Oh, I don't care
and
about
so much
other people.
space.
Yeah. Just kidding.
Sorry, I'm updating.
But yeah, I've been trying to
Can't even-
to just be amongst society a little more
Right.
rather than
Yeah.
like I did not kickboxing, but kickball in the fall.
I wish I
and
saw.
that was
Do
really
they have any
fun.
videos of that?
No,
I
there's no
should've
videos.
came. I missed out.
No,
Yeah.
we were like the worst team in the
Oh,
history
no.
of bad teams. I literally spent the whole entire game, or all the games, hoping that the ball didn't get kicked in my direction. Like whenever I was in outfield,
That
I would
sounds like
love
in
to do the
sports.
kicking part because you're just waiting in line and then you do the kick and then you run. But oh my god, waiting for that ball to like come towards you, it's so scary.
Horrifying.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you know if you drop that ball, everyone fucking hates you.
Everyone hates you, or I'm gonna like hit it away from me, and I don't want it to like hit my chest. Like, oh my god!
No, it's good.
And my teammates were super competitive too.
Yeah,
Like
that's how you
really
win.
take it. Yeah. So if we get bored in the future, we should start a kickball league. I think it'd be
Yeah.
fun. I think it'd be fun if I like knew the people because I went onto the team with a bunch of randoms, and they had been a team together for like a
Forever.
couple years. Yeah, they're all practiced. They all got there early to like warm up, do their drills. Ay.
Is it just a leisure thing? Not so
Yeah,
much?
yeah. It was supposed to be like the casual league, but
Mhm.
yeah, they take it pretty seriously.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing like ballet where like people show up in pajamas and
Yeah.
just kind of there to hang out.
Well,
Well, how can you
a
be competitive?
real.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're only competitive against yourself, I guess,
Oh,
in
okay.
ballet, right?
Well,
Push yourself.
I'm at the beginner adult level.
Mhm.
I think a real ballet studio would
Yeah.
definitely be competitive, and
Yeah.
they would definitely be very professional in how they dress.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. This is just 101.
For the fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, I just have flashbacks to watching Black Swan where all the girls are like
That's my favorite.
nitpicking everyone and yeah. That is your favorite movie, huh?
It's my favorite movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
it's
haven't-
definitely it's up there. Yeah.
Okay.
My-
Do you love it just for the ballet or for like the drama, like the character?
Well, I love psychological thriller type
you
films
go.
with like kind of like a messed up third arc or third act, whatever.
Mm.
And it's just I love the music, I love the ballet, love the story. It's just like a solid. It has everything
Yeah.
for me there.
Yeah.
Just a good film.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The music.
A little fucked up.
Mhm.
Just a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. We watched Amadeus recently. So we went to Amadeus Live. It was so good.
Yeah.
So it was at the Blaisdell, and they take the score away from the movie, and they have a huge orchestra on stage and a choir. The choir was probably my favorite part about it. There were like 3 rows of people singing the opera elements. And it was life-changing. That was my first time seeing an orchestra play a symphony.
Really?
Am I saying it right? Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother would be just cringing right now.
No, it was,
But yeah.
I love that movie too. That is a
Yeah.
really good movie, and seeing it. I mean, with a whole audience there, I swear to God, I was gonna lose my mind.
They were laughing
They were
and just
laughing,
enjoying it. It was so
being
great.
annoying
It was
and
like we were watching Rocky Horror Picture Show. You know how
Right.
there's like a cult following, so like people know what's gonna happen.
They
It seemed like
interact.
everyone in that theater had grown up with that movie and loved it and knew every line because they were like shouting things out and laughing.
That's awesome.
I loved that experience. I
mean,
thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything anymore about it.
Why?
I don't
It
know.
was so great.
I
It was
mean,
so good.
It's just like when I go to the movie theater, I want to watch the movie and not be distracted by people talking. I probably sound like a bitch right now.
No,
No,
totally.
you're fine.
But like,
Oh my God, when it first started, she had to shush the people behind
God, I'm
us because
such
they
a
were talking.
bitch.
She like turned around.
literally, it's like a 6-year-old girl.
And her mom.
Yeah. Well,
But it's just like I paid.
why is a 6-year-old coming to see Amadeus?
It was like a whole
Telling
row
ya.
of 6-year-olds.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
There was it was just like a whole family went.
It was an event.
Okay.
You know,
It's a
live
big
music.
event.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure people who are not even into film or music would go. It's
Yeah.
just one of those.
Well, I just
Yeah.
don't see it as a family film myself.
No.
That's just me.
Neither do I.
But hey, I mean, more power to them, getting their kids some culture.
It's a
Yeah.
good movie, so yeah, I guess.
But
some
you gotta
people like
shush.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
shush.
Gotta
Gotta
keep
Yeah,
shush.
I literally turned around and I was.
Oh, I've done that
Yeah.
many a time. In movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During HIF, I remember I saw a movie, like a late night movie, and by myself, and there was this dude at the top of the theater who would not shut up. Like,
Yeah.
I had no idea who he was even talking to. I didn't see anyone back there with him, and and when he wasn't talking, he had this really loud, annoying, like cellophane,
No.
that loud
God.
material.
Oh my gosh.
Snow cap.
Just no, the
Yeah.
whole movie, literally, the whole movie.
What in the world?
I almost got up. I almost did. I just decided to let it go, and I
So you didn't shush him?
I didn't.
Wow.
He was really far away from me, and I was about to stand up. But there was
That's the great thing about theaters. It's dark and just like quiet and back.
yeah, there was a couple sitting behind me
Yeah.
who was being who were talking a lot, and I did shush them.
You did shush them.
Like, why are you at the movies? You know.
Yeah, it's
I
like
know.
Drives me nuts.
watch the
I know.
fucking movie.
Absolutely.
I'm crazy about that, honestly. Like
Yeah.
going to a theater that's not talking. Like I hear every little pin drop, you know, and it like ruins the experience for me because I'm just thinking about them talking. And I literally can't even watch it.
Absolutely.
I hated that movie actually after that whole night. Like I didn't like it to begin with, but that just made me.
It's the whole
hate it.
experience.
Yeah,
Bad.
yeah. I was just pissed the whole night, and I could have went out with my friends. Saw that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. That's one thing I don't like, and I'm always a little nervous about when going to the theater, the cinema. But most of the time, it's get lucky, and not too many things.
Yeah.
Like the Hana-Ho shows, though. When
Oh, that's
people
been really cool.
get into it, that's fun. Like I remember seeing the Goonies, and everyone was like sloth, and whatever.
That's so great.
Yeah.
So is that like Ohina's thing now?
What?
Ohina's been putting on the Hana-Ho shows. Have you
Oh,
been seeing them
yeah.
advertise that?
I
wonder
guess
how
they're
they're
sponsoring it or
connected. They're
something.
sponsoring it. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Do you know what we're talking about? The Hana-Ho shows?
Oh.
So they've been bringing back old movies
Mhm.
to
Oh,
Ward
with that
theaters.
Ward. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
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 Yeah,
That's where I saw
Hana-Ho
Big
shows.
Trouble in Little China for the first time.
Wow.
Ever.
Cool.
It's so great to see older movies
On a big
the
screen.
big screen. Like you never saw it that way. Like I think
Mhm.
Dole. I don't know. This is probably not the same thing, but Dole screened
Oh yeah.
Space Odyssey 2001.
I remember,
And
yeah.
we went.
We went, yeah.
Oh, it was
We went with
amazing.
Anne, we went with a bunch of
Yeah,
ACMers.
on
Nice.
IMAX.
That was
screen.
really cool.
Wow.
The first time I saw 2001, I saw it on the TV in my room, and it was like a screen this big. And then seeing it on it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so wild.
I saw Jaws at Ward.
Ooh.
That's my first time
Oh,
seeing it on the big
awesome.
screen, and just noticed so much more stuff. Not just in
Yeah.
the visual, but in the audio too. That's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. What's the next Hana-Ho one coming up?
No clue. Haven't been able to go since my kid was
okay.
born.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Back to Amadeus.
Amadeus?
Do you know who
Amadeus?
Joe Moore is? He's like a local newscaster now.
Oh,
my
was.
God.
Do you remember Joe
That
Moore?
was so
Oh my God.
funny.
He's a local newscaster and he has been for like 30 years on
Yeah.
KITV or something like that. And he is obsessed with Amadeus.
Literally.
No kidding.
Like it's his life
Literally.
passion.
Wow.
He went to Mozart's grave.
That's seriously.
And what did he like sung
He told this story.
he found his grave in Italy.
Yes, or I don't think I forget where it was.
Okay.
But like he went to his grave and
It's a pauper's grave, right?
it's like
a poor person's
it's like
grave.
where they
He
think
had-
he was buried.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He had to like
Um,
track it down.
Wow.
Anyway, so he went
Yeah.
there and he played. He like stood in front of the mass grave or whatever, and he played music like some of Mozart's.
Like from
music.
a stereo.
Yeah, like from his phone or something, or from his tape recorder. He did
It's
so
so
long ago or
cute.
something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And he said, like,
All of a sudden.
it was pouring. It started
It started to
pouring
rain.
rain, like lightning struck.
Wow.
Or something crazy like that.
Very
and he was just
dramatic.
like, what?
Yeah, it was like the
craziest
biggest moment of his
experience. I
life.
was like,
Yeah.
Good story.
He hosted this event, this Amadeus event.
He did the Q&A after the show.
Yeah, he did the intro and then he came out during intermission, came out at the end. Yeah, this Q&A was like an hour long
He said he watched it 14 times when it first came out.
in the theaters. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was so funny. And there was a guy there that runs this whole
He's the conductor.
the conductor or the guy who goes with to different states and does this
I
whole.
think he's the conductor.
I forget.
It
But
was, yeah.
Every time he started talking, or like Joe Moore would ask him a question, the audience would ask him a question. Like Joe Moore like jumped in almost every single time and
Yeah.
like started talking about some shit.
And the conductor just crossed his arm and just laughed
You see
at
him
this
like
guy.
put the mic down
and just smirked.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Like he
was so
couldn't get a word
amazing.
in.
That's
It was pretty
amazing.
Funny, yeah.
It was so cute to see, a middle-aged guy just express his life passion like that. Like finally, he has the stage to talk about this film that he's been obsessed with. It's so cool. And it was the film itself. It wasn't Wolfgang Mozart. It was the film. Yeah, it wasn't the music even. It was like the film itself. Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It was really good. It was really, really good. The first time I saw it, it was at your house,
And
and
did you watch it?
I didn't connect with it as much. I still loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But seeing it on the big screen with the live orchestra really,
Oh, I
it hit me. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, like, live music in general is great.
Yeah.
Rock band, like, yeah, baby. But, like, orchestral stuff.
Gosh,
Just, whoa.
it's amazing.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh my God.
It's a
Yeah.
whole other thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It really, really is.
I went to see The Legend of Zelda, Symphony of the Goddesses,
Oh,
a couple
so
years
cool.
ago. It was nerd to the max, but it was so fucking great.
So
It
awesome.
was so great.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Epona song.
Yeah.
Epona song.
They do a lot of those, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do Harry Potter. I
Soundtrack,
really
yeah.
want to see Harry
You should
Potter.
totally check out more
Yeah, I should.
concerts like that.
I really
Like,
should.
I used to go to a ton of them
Mhm.
because all my friends were in band, so I'd
Mhm.
always go to their shows.
Mhm.
So I love
Yeah.
classical.
Yeah. Yeah, so cool.
Were
I'm
you not
sure-
in band?
No,
Oh, because you were
Sadly.
art?
no,
Art?
no. I don't know. I just didn't go band. Like in sixth grade.
Did you do poly? Didn't you have to choose?
Well, in sixth grade, you either took.
Polyjuice Potion?
Polynesian, so you do ukulele.
Oh,
What's that
wow.
about?
In our middle school, you had to choose either band or poly.
Oh, okay. No.
So like band
So-
or like Polynesian.
In my middle school, it was exploratory wheel or band. And exploratory wheel was like art, language, acting,
wow.
like just like a smorgasbord of crap, or band. So you know,
Of course, you're gonna do that. I would do that.
I've always been like an art person, and like
Yeah.
just missing middle school band, and then missing
Mm.
high
you
school.
can't get
It's
into
like
it.
Of course.
it's too late.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
It's never
It's
too
too late. Yeah.
I took
couldn't-
piano lessons at 26.
Oh, I took
Oh,
piano
wow.
at UH.
Yeah?
For a semester.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
super
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too late.
Yeah,
It's never too
I don't
late.
think it's too late. Yeah.
Well, at this point, it's all about finding an ensemble to play with.
For sure.
Yeah, and that's gonna be difficult.
And getting good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Is this another dream of both of yours?
Yes, to be
I
in a
can
rock
see
band,
it.
absolutely.
Oh, that's so
That'd be
awesome.
Yeah, I used to play violin,
Ah.
but never like seriously. I learned it for a project, actually. Like, it was like a self-conducted project kind of thing, and I was like, I want to learn violin. So I like got in touch with like a band instructor, and I asked him to teach me. And he taught me, like, he gave me like a few lessons, and I got okay enough to like play a song, and then haven't touched it since. So
do you have a violin at home?
no, I borrowed one.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. Yeah.
But see, that's the kind of thing. Like, if you want to do it, you know, you just do
Yeah,
it.
you just
Absolutely.
do it. You just do
Absolutely,
it.
yeah.
Just like making a film,
And then
man.
give up on it. You know.
But you test things out, you know, you see if
what you
it's for
like.
you.
Yeah, I don't think I have the gift of music.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, I found that too. Much to my brother's chagrin.
Because he's a music guy.
Because he's
Yeah.
such a music guy. Yeah, so he chose that route, and I've got whatever route I'm on.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
I'm
try
still
to
kind
do
of
it.
figuring things out.
You
Yeah.
never know what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been running into things that reference vision boards lately. So
Okay.
I've been thinking about making one.
All right.
Call back to Crystal.
Yeah, call back to Crystal. Exactly. That was one of the things. And then it was on Crashing. Did you watch the latest episode of Crashing? Oh, you haven't been keeping up. That's right. That's right. And then it was also on a different podcast. They talked about vision boards. I'm like, I guess there's a vision board on my vision board in my brain that I need to like do.
That reminds me of like The Secret. I
Yeah.
think they talk about doing vision boards.
Well, that's the thing. You visualize it and
Yeah.
then
That's like my
you
mom.
manifest it.
My
Does
mom
she
does-
believe in that?
She's really into
Manifesting?
manifesting
Yeah.
and like very spiritual stuff and like
Mhm.
writing things down, like what you're grateful for and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking, both of you, it could help you hone in. I guess you don't really have trouble with that, but it could hone in onto what you really want,
Mhm.
the thing, and
Yeah.
what you could do to make yourself
I
get
guess
there.
personally, not that I don't believe in something like that. I don't think I could do it in a serious way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry if I just burped inside my mouth and I can smell it and it's not good.
Thank
So
you.
if it wafts over, I'm so
I'm glad
sorry.
This isn't a
Thanks for announcing
multi-sensory
it.
podcast.
To everyone.
I
Yeah.
hope it stays here for your sake. My God.
Oh my gosh. I don't even remember what we were talking about. Vision boards.
Manifesting.
Mm-hmm.
Vision boards.
And you really don't believe that, like, don't you think you manifested winning the Ohina Fellowship?
Not on any like real
Right?
plane of reality.
But you wanted it, so you got off your ass and you started writing. And then you
It's-
wrote some more and you wrote some more and
it's-
draft.
I definitely wanted it.
Yeah.
I wanted it enough.
And you thought about it all the time,
And I
which
wo-
is
and
manifesting.
I worked on it. And I
Yeah.
feel like my decision to work on it and submit it
Mm-hmm.
and apply was, I guess, in a way manifesting it, working
Yeah.
towards it,
Yeah.
but not so much.
You weren't like
I made
meditating
it
on it
happen
or
in
something.
my brain
Of
or
course,
anything
yeah.
like that.
But I
It
think
was-
that's what the secret is,
Yeah.
trying to tell people.
Yeah, it's like about positivity and like
Well, and do it.
yeah.
Like if you want it,
I
do
don't
it,
know, I
kind of thing.
I never
Yeah. I didn't either.
But,
Wait, what?
Did you read The Secret?
The secret?
The book?
No one told me about
Let's
it.
not talk about it.
That's my secret I don't know about. Who wrote it? I have heard of it. I have
Yeah,
heard of
yeah. I don't know who wrote it. I don't know.
Some chick.
I don't
it.
know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For a guy, I don't know.
Someone. Gender is not important.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's not like a real thing, like manifesting it or believing it or to the point of making it true.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking action on what you want, I would say, is part of the manifesting.
Yeah.
I think when people might just think that it's just thinking about it, but it's taking action on
No,
it
yeah, it
Absolutely.
definitely
Yeah.
helps. It definitely
Yeah.
helps. Just like
and centering yourself.
wanting it enough and being enough of a person yourself and like makes you work towards it, I guess. Yeah.
Huh. What do you mean by like being enough of a person? Just having pride in
Like,
yourself?
I think that I guess it ties in with just that positivity.
Yeah.
Like the way like
believing that you deserve
yeah,
it?
I mean imagining like I can get this or I will
Yeah.
get this. It's more of like rather than being like, oh, I'm a failure, I suck or whatever.
Right,
it's just
right.
doing more willing yourself towards it, I guess.
Yeah.
Than like
Yeah.
rejecting the possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like yeah, so I don't know.
Oh, that's really nice.
I don't really think about it.
Do you think we are just this crude matter, or are we luminous beings?
It's funny you ask. No, I'm just kidding.
It's funny you ask because I just figured it out.
Wait, is that a serious question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I don't know if I can talk about this on the pod.
Oh, MG.
Yeah?
No, it's just
Are you in a state of spiritual
Not trying to
awakening?
pin you down, just curious.
I've been asked before about like what I think my purpose is, or like being on Earth, or like the meaning of life, or all that stuff. And I pretty plainly stated like I don't think that there is any specific purpose, and I don't think we are here for any specific reason, and like we just are here by some matter of chance in the universe, and like things over time just built to us, and here we are now, and everything developed to be where we are now, and it's not for any specific reason. I don't think I was put on Earth to, do anything. We're all just doing our own thing. So that's what I think.
Right on.
Is that empowering to you?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if empowering is the right word, but I feel more grounded. And I'm not like flung away by any far ideas of how I should be, or what I should be doing, or what I'm supposed to do with my life. So, or like I'm not bogged down by not doing certain things, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like some people think like, I think it's a lot of pressure to put on yourself to think that you're here for a specific reason, rather than just, doing whatever.
Yeah.
Living your life.
Because you can live in constant fear and paranoia of like,
Yeah.
is this my purpose? Is that my purpose?
Yeah, or thinking about like, is this what I should be doing? It's like you're never gonna know. I don't think you'll ever know, and so it's pointless to theorize about it.
You never know until you stop looking.
Yeah.
It's been my experience.
Sure.
Wow.
Not to get all like hippy dippy or whatever, but yeah. But I mean, it's basically the same thing. You give up the whole notion of even searching for a purpose. Just give it up and just live.
Yeah.
And then when you're not wasting that hard drive space and RAM on figuring that stuff out, then just get on with life.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah, and it's just you can't really control how things are gonna go.
Exactly.
Or so why do you even bother stressing out about it? I think this is a type of philosophy. I want to say it's like Stoicism or something, but I'm not sure. I did a whole paper on it, but I forget. But yeah, or like worrying about the future. It's like you can plan for something 5 years down the road. It doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Right.
So this is kind of bad.
No.
Everyone talks about like having like 5-year plans or whatever, and like working towards your plan or your goal by doing these things. But it's just you can have a solid plan, and it could all go up in flames, and that's not a bad thing. I think it's just always being ready to do something new.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have something like that for guidance. Just to have like a general, okay, we're heading in this direction, but still be open to anything.
That openness and willingness to just do whatever and be okay with it.
Yeah.
Which is hard.
I think it all boils down to improvisation. Yes-anding instead of no butting, like for real. And that's what I'm trying to do in my day-to-day is like say yes to more things.
Yeah.
And like this whole thing with the apartment, I recognize it as being like the no butting when I should be like, yes, and it'll work out fine, that kind of thing.
It always works out.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
Pretty much. Yeah. It all depends on whether the pilot light is on or off. That's how I've been seeing it. You don't need heat here in Hawaii, so maybe that's not a good metaphor.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I was thinking of flying a plane.
Lighthouse is whether the lighthouse is on or off. Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
That's a good try.
Thanks.
Oh, that's so weirdly philosophical.
It was really nice. It was really, really nice. Have you had anything like spiritual happen to you? Maybe recently or
You're getting
in the
drugs.
past?
Psychedelics.
What is this? What do you call it?
Because I got some. No. Live on air. Drop it.
But I guess to answer your question, I haven't really lived a very spiritual life.
Right.
I
Like you weren't raised Catholic.
No, I was not.
Nothing.
I wasn't raised religious at all. My mom we used to go to church when I was a little kid, but I was like in preschool. And
Do you remember what kind of church it was? Don't know. Okay.
Christian church? I don't know.
That's fine. Yeah, that just tells me a lot that you don't even know.
I didn't
if
even know.
it was Presbyterian or anything.
Yeah, it was that long ago, and I just we stopped going, obviously. And like my mom's still into, like, she'll watch sermons, preachers, like, on TV and stuff, and I'm always like, I walk into the room and I'm like, why are you watching this? not that there's anything wrong with that. I just wasn't raised with it, so I just like don't want it or need it,
Sure.
or I'm interested in it in any way.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't had any like real run-ins with like anything spiritual.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I think it's all like crap. I just I want to believe, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like if I see it, great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
Well, you have your
I'm
own
not going
ways
to.
of like seeking peace, like with your art or filmmaking or your own
Yeah.
passions, following your dreams. Other people need to seek it by going to church
It's their
and reading
it's
the
how
Bible.
they get
and-
comfort.
Exactly.
I personally don't do that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't believe in it or anything.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
No.
No.
Um,
You ever had like a experience like that phenomenon?
That definitely ties in with like the whole. I haven't had any run-ins with like spiritual things.
Gotcha.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I guess the closest thing was. This is like a really really old memory, but I was like taking a nap or whatever in my room, and I just like I had my like face turned, and like all that's next to me is like a wall, my bedroom wall, and like I heard like a voice, like it was like right by my ear, and it like shocked me awake or whatever. So I don't know if that was like a real thing or a dream or anything. But like I guess that's the closest thing.
Yeah.
To
What did
something.
it say?
I forget. This was a really long time ago.
Was your
I was
dad still
very
alive?
young.
Rise up and make films.
No, I was probably I don't know.
Rise up
High
and make
school.
films or
Yeah,
something. You were in high school. Gotcha.
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I used to feel a presence in my room a lot on Maui. My house has really high ceilings, and I would like feel this like dark presence up in the top right corner of my room, right by like the high beams. And almost every night I'd be like, "It's okay, I'm going to sleep now. Thank you," and I'd just like go to sleep. Yeah. Which it's probably just like my own spooky brain. Like I want that kind of stuff, or
Yeah,
I want to be like connected spiritually. I don't know.
It's like those who are more receptive or believe
Yeah.
are far more likely to experience it. In their
Oh
lives.
yeah, I
Right.
was beckoning
Yeah.
it for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
About 2 or 3 weeks after I first moved in with Jenny, after we started dating, I had this really strange experience. Jenny suddenly like woke up, sat up, and was like, I don't know, like screaming necessarily, but very animated. And I woke up and I had this impression of someone standing up on the side of the bed, running out the door down the hall and down the stairs. I was like, what just happened? And Jenny was like, I was having this dream that this nun or this woman was kneeling by the bed praying for me. And then I
Oh my
turned,
gosh.
I turned and looked, and then I woke up and she ran out. I was like, I just felt someone run out of the room, and I'm getting chilly bumps describing
my
it right
gosh,
now.
me too.
So we're just
Wow.
like, what the hell was that? What is that? But like before she even moved in, like she had a relative who's sensitive to spirits and whatnot, and she said it was a happy place. And then we haven't had any experiences like that ever since.
Well, a nun is probably the best thing for you
Unless
to
it's the
witness.
Conjuring 2 nun, which haunted my nightmares for months.
Oh yeah. Conjuring 2 is terrifying.
Oh my God.
If you like scary
I
movies,
remember.
Conjuring 2
I
is
think I
good.
saw it. I think I saw everything after the first one,
Yeah.
and
The nun in the mirror, I think. Yeah.
I never saw the first one.
Yeah. I never saw the first one either.
probably the best one.
That's why I want to see it. But I like it was always in my head, and like when I was a kid, like lights are off, it's dark, anything can happen, because I grew up religious.
Yeah.
And, the whole spiritual warfare thing, demons and angels are all around us in the dark. You never know when something is like right over you, and so it was really easy for me to like put all that into this nun all of a sudden. I'm like my mid freaking 30s and thinking of this crap, but then I finally decided like it's in my head. So if it's in my head, I can resist it in my head. And so characters from when I started getting these thoughts and feelings, and I would imagine the characters from my sci-fi fantasy novel showing up and be like, hey, leave him alone. And that finally worked. Something I got to teach my, when he's 5-year-old, my son, just using your imagination. And then when I had my marijuana experience with the marijuana cookie where I was freaking out, I in the midst of it all, I had this revelation, oh crap, my mind is experiencing all this crap, so if there is something evil out there, it could come and get me. And then all of a sudden, the nun was right there. I was like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. And then I was like, okay. And I haven't had anything like that since.
That's so great.
So
mind over matter.
Saying all that to say, I don't want to dismiss my whole experience up to this point, because there have been experiences that I construed as God's providence and serenity, how I even just got to Hawaii for one thing, but at the same time this other stuff. So I don't know. It's all paradoxical. It's all So yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't feel like you can discount anything, really.
Yeah.
Whether be this kind of thing or your philosophy and way of dealing with stuff. I think there's validity to everything to a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just when you get into telling people how to live, where you just got fuck off.
I think it's crazy that you and Jenny both had the same experience, though. I love hearing
that's
about those kind of things.
Yeah.
So weird.
Because then it's
Can't deny
not
that.
only in your mind, or your guys' brains are so connected in a way.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was really weird. Very
Yeah.
strange. And again, I still get woo.
Oh, yeah.
Describing it.
Yeah.
That's kind of
My dad has this really cool story. It's not too related to this, but he was in Atlanta, Georgia back in, I don't know, his 20s or something like that. And he woke up to a Confederate soldier standing over his
Whoa.
bed. Isn't that epic?
That's so
oh my
weird.
God, it's so weird. Yeah. So just him in the uniform, just standing there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the kind of stuff. It's just it sucks you can't show it. You
Yeah,
can't really,
exactly.
Yeah, you can't capture
it's
it.
just your own
show anyone.
experience.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Love that.
Yeah.
Really love that.
Yeah. So we're working out the first couple episodes of Decaying Ghostbusters here.
Yeah. It's gotta happen,
Great.
Anela.
I have
It's gotta
a
happen.
lot of material from my first draft,
Yeah.
actually, that I
Yeah.
basically pretty much scrapped the whole thing. It was 20 pages long. I scrapped the whole
Oh
thing.
my
and
God,
started
you didn't scrap the
completely-
whole thing.
I
I
didn't,
scrapped the whole thing.
Scrapped hasn't just set it aside, not throughout.
It's somewhere.
Or whatever.
It
Okay,
exists
yeah.
on this plane.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that'd be super fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, speaking of casting, I just remember this. So, in my story, it has a very young child in it, but he's cussing and is being adult language, and it's going through adult situations, that kind of thing. So, casting the kids and, seeing them really, saying fuck and all that
Oh my
stuff.
gosh, it's surreal.
Oh my God, 8-year-old saying the F word was
Yeah.
a highlight. I felt kind of bad, actually. I was like, oh, maybe I should have just cut that out.
Were
But
there parents in the room?
no.
Wow.
Just by themselves, and they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You think about that kid practicing on the way there, saying the F word in front of their mom
yeah,
in the
and
car.
we had some video submissions, and literally it'll be their mom reading the lines back to them, and they're like, "You're fucking stupid," or whatever. And that their mom's so cool with it. I mean, obviously they're cool with it if they want their kids to be an actor.
Yeah, and this is a really special script too, because I wonder how many auditions they go through. And this one, you actually get to have fun. There's underage drinking, swearing. Any kid is gonna want to be a part of that. Yeah,
I would hope.
yeah, I would think so.
That's reality, I think.
Yeah.
To deny it is just
Mm-hmm.
ignorant.
Every parent's nightmare. But it's a reality. Yeah. I think that's great. Thinking about, at first I was thinking Goonies, the kids, cuss and all that stuff. But then,
I love
the most recent example, It, the remake
Yeah,
of
exactly.
It. They
Yeah.
got the cussing kids. Well, even Stranger Things, up to a point. I don't think they ever dropped the F-bomb, but
I mean,
yeah.
this season.
No, I like it.
It's spicy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the second season.
Oh, I just mean kids cussing.
Mhm.
It's just
Oh,
it's new, it's modern. I don't know.
It's portraying that element of reality
Yeah.
in a story, and it lends. People say in against profanity, it doesn't add anything to a constructed life, but it actually represents a real life.
Yeah.
I think.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's very emotive
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gruff fuck intuitus. Just put a fuck in the middle of every word. Yeah.
Are you gaining some good material
No,
for your
no,
set?
no. I was thinking of this. There's a subreddit. I'm not going to talk about Reddit. Never mind.
No,
Oh
sure.
my god, you already did.
Embarrassing.
You just said subreddit on the air.
Oh, fuck you Reddit?
There's
Subreddit?
there's a subreddit where it literally makes fun of people just like overly using the F word. And I just thought of that just now.
Are
They did-
cringeworthy.
they did the fuck you or something.
Oh.
I think that's what I don't.
Oh, I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those niche ones.
Yeah. It's fun.
So for $1,500, you can donate to Mo'o, and Anela will do what?
Nothing. Thank you for the money.
So if you donate to Mo'o $1,500, Anela's gonna do a set on stage.
Ooh.
So this is Kelsey's.
Her type 5.
This is Kelsey's obsessive.
Well, we're talking about set construction, like how to build walls and.
No.
Yeah, she'll make your set.
Yeah. This is like Kelsey's weird fever dream.
It is.
She
It's my
has,
fantasy.
Where she wants me to go on stage.
I want to be her manager.
And do.
I want to be her comedy manager.
Comedy routine. So we were thinking for when we start the Indiegogo, one of the perks will be.
1,500 is too steep, in my opinion.
I think it should be more.
That's like, yeah, lowballing.
Like,
No.
the only way in hell you'd ever get me to do that would probably be.
All you have to do up there is just improvise. So that's not worth $1,500.
That's all in front of a crowd of people.
It's true, but you do it on stage. There's like 7
3
people
people.
there. It's perfect.
No, it's so funny.
Easy money.
We went to on stage for they had open mic night.
Yeah.
And people would go on and they
Every
sign
Tuesday.
Up,
Yeah.
They sign up and they go up and they do their bit and there was like a pretty decent audience. But throughout the night, literally every single person in that audience was
going up on stage.
So they
We were like, oh, nice turnout. And then everyone's going
every
up.
single one, and they do this every week. And me, Kelsey, and Sawyer were there.
Nice.
Just it was a ball.
We were
it was
cracking up.
A blast.
It was
Yeah?
hilarious.
I was cracking up for I don't think the reasons they wanted,
Of course.
but I was.
But they had more balls than you. know?
No, they did. I will fully
Because
admit.
we kept saying, like, Nella, go put your name on there. Go put your
There's
name. Go up
no
there.
way.
Yeah. Well, where's this coming from? Like, has she shown like?
I don't.
She's
know.
shown A, talent,
She's
and
crazy.
B,
thinking
some
that
desire.
I'm not a comedian in any way, for sure.
well, she thrives off of, like, affection and attention. and I think that it would be a great way to get your kicks, you know?
I would enjoy
A round of applause,
If-
people laughing,
If I could write a good, solid bit,
routine.
I would do it.
Yeah.
But that's next to impossible. So, I mean, back in middle school, I was a bit of the jokester.
Yeah.
Like, they did this thing where, I forget where we were in the cafeteria, it was like middle school, and they made us, we were like waiting for something or whatever. So they were calling random kids up, like, hey, you know, tell a joke or something. And so I went up and I told jokes.
Did you volunteer or did someone call you?
I volunteered.
There you
I told
go.
jokes to my classmates. Like, no, I like that kind of.
Yeah.
I like making people laugh. I like that kind of attention. But I wouldn't say I can't write comedy. I'm not like that funny.
Mm.
You know.
Well, then improvising.
I just.
So you say.
I know, so you say. Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah.
It's hard,
They write
yeah.
stuff. They have full narrative, full stories. I just genuinely don't think I'm that funny. Like, yeah.
So that's just what you have to switch in your brain. Just think of yourself as funny. Remember when we were talking about manifesting and how you have to like give yourself the power. Like,
Sure.
yeah, you're allowed to praise yourself and that you can write comedy.
Hey, you gotta tell yourself you're funny.
Yeah, you're funny. You deserve this.
I'm way too self-aware to do anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
I would know it's bad.
A lot of
Wake it up
comedians
and
are
talk about how
self-deprecating.
bad it is.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, a lot of
This is the
comedians
worst
they
mistake
thrive on
I've ever
that.
made.
That's like the
Yeah.
cringiest humor. When at a stand at on stage when
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, I'm totally bombing."
Oh, it's the worst.
God, it
Oh,
was
so
so
cringy.
cringe, and they
Yeah.
would literally end their bit not finishing and walk
Yeah.
off stage. And I'm
Really?
like, oh my God, just finish.
Yeah.
It's not any bad as what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was fun though. Can we go back?
We've got to go back.
Go back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we have to go back.
That sounds like fun.
We got to go scout the competition, you know?
There is no competition.
Exactly, and that's even more chance for you to. You
I
know.
would do it
I know you do.
if they donated $2,000.
$2,000.
Oh, now it's
You heard it.
It's going to go up every once in a while. Yeah.
That's got to come from one donor. It's not like you reach a.
No.
$2,000.
We can pool our money.
No,
No, we can pool.
It has to come from.
Come on.
single
One
donation.
person?
Who's we?
One Daddy Warbox who's going to come in?
Who's
I'm saying me, Cliff, Alika, Jonah, we all just pitch in some
do
money.
it?
If we got like 100 people to pitch in,
No. Good luck. It's not gonna happen. That's how
I
sure
can
am.
raise money.
I mean, just keep making it higher so we can get more donations.
Like you need the money. Can you talk about that?
What are you talking about? I'm flat broke.
Can you talk about the budget of your film?
No.
Oh, strict.
Absolutely not.
That was a strict no.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So tacos are great.
Yeah.
I actually did have Taco Bell the other night, and I discovered their bean and rice burrito. It was really good.
Mm.
It was really good cold the next day.
Mhm.
They used to have this amazing burrito, the cheesy double beef burrito.
Yeah.
They took it off the menu. It was probably their best item. It was only like a couple bucks.
Yeah. Filling.
To this day. I'm
Yeah,
like distraught
mouth-watered.
about it. Super good, yeah.
I tried the quesarito too. It was really good.
But yeah,
It's like
sounds
real
good.
steak
Oh, let's not talk
inside.
about food. I'm so hungry.
You're so hungry.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten
Yeah.
since breakfast, so.
Well,
I think that's a good time.
a good time.
A good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, to wind down.
Any more?
Yeah. Any burning desires? I know I wanted to ask you about if you had seen a ghost, and we talked about ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I kind of want to ask her what's the hardest time she's ever laughed. Is that like totally riffing off Pete Holmes?
Why not?
Do you remember the last time you laughed the hardest?
Oh. Like just the last time?
It doesn't have to be the best time.
Okay, I
It doesn't have to be
remember.
the last time. Just like a time.
Well, I can think of a recent one. We played that game, Telestrations, at a friend's house, and our friend Alika was there.
This
swear
is like
to
this
God.
Saturday. You're just talking about this
swear-
past Saturday.
If you don't know that game, it's like telephone with Pictionary. So you have to like draw something and people have to get it.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Alika, I swear to God, he's gonna hear this, but he was the worst at that game ever. Like I know I play with people who are just bad artists, but I feel like Alika was like deliberately misinterpreting like the English language.
But it wasn't deliberate. It was just all by accident too. And that's what the funniest part
I
was.
was like, I couldn't breathe. It was so bad. It was so funny. Yeah.
Nice.
Can you think of an example though?
I can think of one.
What was
this,
the
this
one?
wasn't like a funny one, but so it was. He had the word out of salt, and he drew.
No, was it out of salt? It was like out of water. Or something.
No. Listen. So I'll get to what the original word was.
Oh, okay.
but It was out of salt. So he drew a fish jumping out of the water. So of course,
Fish out of water.
I wrote fish out of water, and then when we get back to it.
It was out of salt.
Out of salt. But then the actual word was broken condom. So it was totally way off. Because someone drew like a picture of like, anyway.
Yeah.
And it just looked
But
like
it looked like
It looked like
salt.
someone was pouring salt out.
Yeah.
So that's where it came. Yeah.
I can say a broken condom would make someone salty.
I think so.
Here's your opening act, Anela.
Hey!
I've already thought about it. I've already thought about my first opener.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, your opener is another person to like lead you on stage?
No.
Oh, okay, that's what
Something
an
I would
opener
say.
is. Yeah.
No. Don't
So
reveal
this
it.
one time she was at my house and we were like writing. We were like having like a brainstorming session and she was like gonna write jokes. And like a half hour goes by and she's like, okay, let me show you what I've got. And she has like one line and it's like, hey, I'm Anela Ling and this is my first time on stage. I'm like, that's what you've been doing for a half hour. Hey, my name's Anela
I
Ling.
can't write it. It has to just come to me.
It's so funny.
I'm a very situational humor type. And even
Yeah.
then, I'm not funny in front of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no. I'm not being funny right now.
Well, I could see you going back to like the beginning of our conversation. We talked about show running. I could see you writing, directing, and starring in a show, because like situational. You know, you write the events going on around you, and then you
That
you have
would
a-
deliver
be-
them. You have such great delivery.
That would be the day. Yeah, acting is something that I never really
Explored. You took that class.
I took in high school. I took acting.
Mm-hmm.
When I found out I actually got into that class and realized what I had to be doing in that class, I literally went to like the registrar and asked to switch out, but I couldn't. So like I went to like the teacher and I was like, oh, I can't do this. Like I get like horrible stage fright, like to the point where I'm like shaking.
Yeah.
That was like in high school though. I'm a lot better. Obviously, I've grown out of it a little bit. But yeah, I took acting at UH, not on purpose. It
TV
was,
film.
No. It was an ACM
Oh, of course,
class.
Joel's
It was
class,
yeah, one of the professors. What is it called? Directing the camera or the actor.
The actor on camera.
Yeah. So you had to act in that class, and I had one of. I can't go into it, but it kind of strayed me from acting ever again. Also, I just don't have the. I don't have the acting.
Je ne sais quoi.
Sure. Yeah, I don't have the je ne sais quoi. Yeah.
Yeah, but you could
I don't
eventually.
know.
Yeah, we'll see what you do. We'll have you on in another year, and we'll see where you are.
Yeah, I'll go on stage, tell a few riff a little bit. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, well, yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you so much
Thank
for coming
you.
down.
I'm so happy that you came back on. Let's have you on again in a little bit.
Couple months.
Yeah, when I have something to talk about. Yeah. I'll talk about the film. How it
Oh my
went.
God, you talked our brains off for a couple hours just now. You didn't have nothing to
About the
say.
film?
Oh, you mean about the film?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, there's nothing going on yet. But there will be.
Stay tuned. Mo'o explanation point.
Yes.
I can't even say that title out loud, to be honest. I guess and I'm embarrassed of it, too. Yeah, you guys are killing it. Yeah, thanks for having me, though.
So where can they find you?
Oh, yeah.
Or where can they support the film?
Social
Or
media.
Follow us on Instagram at MO.O. The
someone look it up. What is it? We don't know what it is.
Well, the reason I don't know it is we just. Oh no, I lied. MO. Period. O. MOVIE, so Mo'o movie.
Okay.
And we don't have anything yet because we haven't really done much yet, but please, yeah, follow us. And we'll probably make a Facebook eventually. We're really far out, so the time will come
Yeah.
when there's anything to see. Yeah.
MO.O movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Duh.
No explanation point.
I don't know where I got that. I think our email has it though.
That's the hardest I've laughed recently.
It's all about the delivery, man. It's all about the delivery.
Delivery is very key.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I see that's my only strength.
Your only
Hey,
strength.
flex it. It was a pleasure having you on.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
This was fun.
It's fun to hear you guys talk.
And anyone who streamed, thank you for watching the
Thank you,
stream.
swear.
Again, please like the page at Cutting It Close because we're going to transition over to that, and Instagram as well at Cutting It Close Pod. Yeah, Cutting It
Yay.
Close Pod.
Mm-hmm.
No, just at Cutting It Close is the handles.
I think it says pod for Instagram.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Yeah. Don't.
And follow the beautiful Anela Ling on Instagram. She's
Yeah.
Ringa
Post.
Ling.
I don't post.
She posts.
I
You
post sometimes.
stories.
Oh, I do post stories. Yeah.
Oh.
I post my little jokes. I used to go on Snapchat pretty frequently and post all my stories or all my jokes.
Yeah, your best humor comes out in your stories.
My best humor comes out when I don't think anyone's gonna see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like no one saw my stuff on Snapchat and Instagram
Yeah.
people see it. So I'm a lot more censored.
Yeah. That's why on stage, not a lot of audience.
There will
You're
be
gonna go up
3
there.
people on it, so it would
gonna be
it'll be
amazing.
Kelsie, Sawyer, and the bartender.
I know. thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
I know I twisted your arm to come, and thank you. Appreciate
It's
it.
fun. I'll be back.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Cool.
This thing is huge.
That's right.
Working
Taking
on
off.
Yeah. One day.
Okay, bye.
And
cool.
we're clear.
It's really cool.
Cool.
Dude, you rocked it.
That was
so
a fun
fun.
one.
Killed it. Yeah, my
I-
cheeks are hurting.
I was getting